Welcome to this demonstration of Tolam Earth. This demonstration will showcase concepts we've been exploring around the user experience of Tolam Market. While the user experience will continue to evolve as we learn more about the wants and needs of sellers, buyers, and other user groups, this prototype demonstrates the core needs of our users. First, we need to support the listing and purchasing of thousands of assets at a time. However, as with buying a house, these assets are non- or semi-fungible. What one user sees as valuable may not be valuable to another, which complicates any actions that are performed in bulk. Next, we need to provide access and transparency to all project and asset data. This brings trust to the asset, empowering buyers to make well-informed choices. And finally, we need to feature attributes that differentiate assets for buyers so that the value can be easily understood, and buyers can choose the assets that meet the unique needs of their offset portfolio. The prototype showcases three user experiences: a seller listing their offsets, a buyer searching for offsets, and then the buyer purchasing them. As we navigate through the prototype, I will explain the flexibility and expandability of the different focus areas on the screen. This is because the exact options and text displayed will likely change over time. This first screen is the Listed Offsets page. We will showcase its capabilities a little later. For now, I will highlight the navigation area. This area allows expansion and navigation to different areas of the application, which could include data dashboards, resource pages, and other views into the offset data, for example. Note that we are already logged in as a user. The user menu will allow access to distinct user operations, one of those being viewing the assets that you own. At the moment, these are organized by project. As we click into a project, we see the next level of organization, vintage. This page closely mirrors what the buyers would see. Below the vintage is the Automated Regression Market Maker, or ARMS, recommended price, which is based upon the Tolam market and third-party market pricing data. While each asset has a recommended min and max price, the prices here represent an aggregate price recommendation. There is also an area for badges, or other distinguishing features. This could be used to highlight the beyond carbon benefits, external auditing or underwriting, for example. Once the seller decides to list, they navigate to the form at the top. The form intends to provide them with all of the options that they may want to consider when pricing. For example, they may want to price the current vintage year higher than previous vintages to encourage the purchase of earlier vintages. They may want to list at fair market value the offsets that the ARM has suggested are the lowest value, while pricing above fair market value all the rest. The point with these examples are that the form is intended to narrow the scope of the offsets they wish to list, and then easily set the price for all of those offsets, even if that means that they are listing thousands of offsets. Once the user lists their offsets for sale, they can examine their cart and eventually complete the listing. Next, let's examine the buyer experience. Back on the Listed Offsets page, we see all of the offsets that have been listed on the market. Buyers can get some quick details about a project, and they can use filters to narrow the focus to only those offsets that meet their unique needs. We see filters playing a large part in how offsets are purchased at scale. If we click into the project, the offsets are again organized by vintage. The buyer can see information about the project and some key attributes. However, if they want to find out more, the buyer can do additional research with the ability to examine project attributes and attributes unique to the offsets. Each offset could expand to reveal additional data, or users could be linked out to reports, such as the monitoring report. The ARMS recommended price range and offset badges are easily identifiable to help the buyer make an informed decision about their purchase. The form at the top of the page is used to continue to refine the offsets to be purchased. The purpose is to provide the buyer with filters that may impact their valuation of the asset, allowing them to focus such that, to them, all the offsets are fungible. Now that all things are equal, they can simply put in a number to define how many offsets they wish to purchase. Since the market is essentially choosing which offsets to fulfill the order constraints, we would ideally like to provide transparency for how the market is breaking down the request. The buyer can then add the offsets to their cart. This process can be repeated to find offsets that match their portfolio of needs. They can review the offsets they've chosen in a quick cart view and even remove a set of offsets. Once they are ready to complete their purchase, they navigate to their cart, can view both their account and cart total to ensure there are sufficient funds prior to confirming their purchase and checking out. Thank you for joining us in this demonstration of the Tolam market.